I'm Brooke Stanford, and welcome to Connected Communities. This afternoon, I'm here with 5 promising young people from virtually all over the world. They are here in Seattle as part of the International Visitors Leadership Program, which is sponsored by the Department of State in the interest of international understanding, and we're glad to have you all here in Seattle. They've toured the SCAN facility today and learned a great deal about community access television, which in most cases does not exist in the countries which they represent. But I'm anxious to hear their view of the idea, and I want to direct my question first to Asli Yaman, who is from Turkey. And tell me, is there any parallel to this kind of community access television where you are? What's the closest it comes?
I guess the closest comes from the university channels. And now the big TV channels are giving some supports to university channels because they want to hear more about the youth voice. And they want to distribute their voice and they want to distribute their ideas all over Turkey. So I may answer your question like this.
Yeah, well, if you had your dreams fulfilled, as far as everyone in Turkey being able to speak out like that, what would your hopes and wishes be for community access?
Actually, my dream would, I don't know if it will come true, but I would want all my people in my country would see and reach to every kind of ideas, and people would have the chance to see what kind of things are happening all over my country, so that they can understand the other people's, other communities' lifestyles, and they can hear different kinds of ideas. They can share their ideas with each other, and so we may give chance to different ideas and different communities. So I hope that in a very near future this dream may come true.
Arfa Zainab is from Pakistan. Arfa, to what extent do you feel that people in say a minority voice have a voice in your country?
Yeah, from last few years we have some private channels, and they are existing to minorities and all communities, and it's like people are raising their voice towards social issues and political issues also, and it's like quite often in Pakistan now.
Recently, the dismissal of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court there brought a lot of people out into the streets.
Yes.
Was that partly because of their ability to communicate when they didn't think something was going right? Or?
But if we look into that matter, it was also aired on every channel beside government channel also, and it was both of ruling government and the opposition was also covered on private channels and government channels also, and everybody has raised their voice in regard of that issue.
And Kay Sivanarath, you're from Cambodia, and I understand you are an office holder there?
Yeah.
Yes. What is you're in the legislature there?
It's true,
yeah. You're in the legislature. You're a lawmaker or government official or elected official of some sort?
No, I'm
okay.
From opposition party. I am a member of parliament.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You heard today about how things operate here and how easily it is for someone to walk in here and produce a video and see it go out on the air. Would you find that unusual in Cambodia?
I think situation is Seattle and is United States has a freedom or the freedom or the information, and they have some a lot of the freedom, and my country, the people in grassroots, poor and land diffused, and no freedom to speak. And we want to take the democracy to my
So you said, like,
And
if someone wants to become a member of parliament and they go out and campaign, they really don't do it on television then. They'd have to go door to door or into small...
door to door, and we chose the activity to help my party and prepare the system of the opposition party, and we send the message by mouth to the people. My opposition, the government or the ruling party, they don't give to the media broadcast to the people. We want to fight with the corruption from the government.
And you'd like to see more open access to the media there then?
Yes, I want. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. On my right is Maria Fernandez. She's from India. Tell me how you came to be a part of this group and what your daily activities are there.
Yeah. Basically, I'm a social worker, an educationist, and also a politician, all three in one. And I guess that's what attracted the ambassador of USA in India to certain things, what he has been seeing me on CNN and the various programs that I do, especially on HIV, AIDS, and even about picking up children from the garbage bins. And I've been very much associated with Missionaries of Charity, Mother Teresa's organization. So I guess these are all the points that attracted the US ambassador, and that's why I'm here.
Is there any parallel to Scan TV in India?
Yeah, like you call it here as the community channels, right? Mm-hmm. But we call them as the local channels. I'd just like to say a little bit on it. The thing is, we have one central government channel, we call it the Doordarshan, which is run by the ruling government. And then we've got the regional channels, where we have the regional language channels, which is by the state governments, the 54 state governments that we have. And then after that, we've got umpteen community channels, so we call it the local channels in different languages, so that it can reach out to the people who maybe they do not know to read and write because of the illiteracy conditions in some parts in my country. And at the same time, it's very easy for us as social workers, as lay people, or as grassroots citizens, I would call them, who could just go and air out their views, because the journalists at large in my country, they look out for people, not only the ones that are there on those gold-embed chairs with red satin, but also the guys that sit on the grass down there, maybe not having anything to eat. So, these community, I learned it as community-based channels here, which we usually call them as local channels. So, there's a lot of coverage, and I consider them to be the alternative media.
And you feel they're working pretty well?
And they're working really well because we have freedom of expression of thought and freedom of speech. And it's only in the government channels where maybe 10% is censored, but not in these community channels.
Sydney Chisi is from Zimbabwe, where I feel the picture may not be quite like the one she just portrayed for us. She told me that your activities there have brought you some difficulties. Tell us what it's like in a one-party situation like Zimbabwe currently has.
I think Zimbabwe is pseudo multi-party democracy because we still have a highly centralized governance where the ruling party actually dominates in almost every other spectrum, and where decisions are made mainly on a partisan politic basis. So when it comes to issues of media, it is the only alternative that can actually bring out democracy at any other level. And within the Zimbabwean context, instead of putting laws or acts that actually allows participation or new players within the media fraternity, there's actually been laws that have actually curtailed